Hey everyone, it's Michael Groff here to talk to you about your roof. With an active monsoon season expected this year, you need a name you can trust, and that's why you should call Blackstone Roofing Group for all of your roofing needs. Call for your free inspection today. Big or small, they do it all. Tile, shingle, or flat roofing, they can help, offering free inspections and more. Roofing made easy. Call 602-536-9363 or visit blackstoneroofing.com to schedule your free inspection today. And if you tell them Michael Groff sent you, they'll take $500 off the price of your roof replacement. Again, that's 602-536-9363 or blackstoneroofing.com. It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 11th of June. I'm Michael Groff. They always say that doing the weather in Phoenix in the month of June must be the easiest job in the world. You just say sunny and hot and just kind of put in some temperatures that are, 105 to 110 and you're pretty much covered, right? Well, the problem is that you're always the bearer of bad news. Yes, it's going to be hot for the rest of this week. But then it's going to get even hotter this weekend and going into the early part of next week. In fact, the hottest temperatures we've had so far this year, and even the potential of near record heat. And whenever we're talking about near record heat in June, that's really hot. That's quite a technical term that I just laid on you, but I think we'll be able to break that down in more detail for you as we dive on in and discuss. Plus, we've got our normal questions. How hot will it get? How long will it last? What about some monsoon moisture? Ooh, I don't know about any of that. We'll figure it out as we dive on in. Let's go to it. The almanac from yesterday, 108 degrees the afternoon high, 81 was the morning low, 103 and 77 are the averages for this time of year. As we take a look outside right now, just before 11 a.m., we've got sunny sky across the valley. Surprise, surprise. And we're sitting at 97 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew point's 43, relative humidity 16%. The air is calm and the barometer is steady. Temperatures across the area right now, 101 already in Queen Creek, 103 Collier, 100 at the Goodyear Municipal Airport, 101 in North Scottsdale. Yikes. It's in the 90s throughout much of the rest of the valley. And again, afternoon temperatures today about 103 to 108 across most of the metro and surrounding areas. Satellite picture shows you why it's just so darn scorching hot around here. High pressure is in control. And with clear sky, dry air, subsident air, that's sinking air from high pressure, that means no clouds, no moisture, lots of sun. The sun heats the ground heats the air, and that's just how it works. And with nothing to impede that, and certainly low humidity, yeah, it's going to be toasty. And with that high pressure strengthening by this weekend, it's going to be even hotter than that. The closest precipitation to the state, well, we had some showers and thunderstorms across central Texas. We've got a little bit of rain over parts of the northwest, but it's quiet otherwise. The watch warning map, and there's our old summertime friend. We've talked about it a little bit. It's got a new name this year. It's no longer called an excessive heat watch. Now it is an extreme heat watch. It rose by any other name, right? But it extends from parts of southeast California, eastern Imperial and Riverside counties through southwest Arizona, Yuma, and La Paz into Maricopa, Pinal, Pima, and into the southeastern portions of the state, parts of Cochise and Graham and Greenlee counties. It's going to be hot. That watch is in effect from 10 a.m. Saturday morning through 8 p.m. Monday. And spoiler alert, it will be upgraded eventually to an extreme heat warning when we get within that 48-hour window, I believe is the time frame on that. So sometime Thursday, they will upgrade that because there's no doubt it is going to be hot this weekend. We're just trying to figure out exactly how hot. Elsewhere, some air quality alerts over parts of eastern Montana, flood watches in parts of northeast Texas, including places like Texarkana. And the rain's been coming down for the last few days, and they've got another chance down there today. Look at this, convective outlook. Got that risk for severe storms. Again, kind of the same places we've been seeing from Midland eastward towards San Antonio and Houston and up toward College Station. And then you've got the marginal risk for a portion of the upper Midwest, as well as around Boise, over toward Cheyenne, Wyoming, Great Falls, Montana, Bozeman, in that marginal risk, that level 1 out of 5, the potential for severe storms up there. More than likely, any storms would produce strong, damaging straight-line winds. That's the threat, albeit a small one from that. I suppose right along the eastern border or just over the border into New Mexico, there could be a few storms today, but other than that, things very quiet in our part of the world. Speaking of, the precipitation outlook valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, nothing. Region-wide, not much because, again, high pressure's in control. No sign of monsoon moisture for the next 7 days, but what about beyond this period? What about as we go deeper into late next week, that following weekend? Is the weather pattern starting to turn? We'll talk about it right now as we get to the models, see what the future just might hold as we go to it. The GFS, the 12Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And there it is. Ridging slowly building in here across the southwest. The upper heights are climbing. We've got that upper low over Texas. That trough that's been affecting the Great Lakes in the eastern part of the country is lifting out. So what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today. Sunny, and you know the deal. Highs 104 to 108. Is that record-breaking heat? No, but it is slightly above seasonal averages. The average high for today in Phoenix, 104 degrees. So we'll be, in most places, just a little bit above that. For tonight, the sky is clear. The air is dry. Overnight lows in the 70s, maybe low 80s in the urban core, though. Oof. And then tomorrow, sunny, continued dry. High temperatures 104 to 108. And it's a stuck record, 104 to 108 or so on Friday. Sunny sky, dry air continues. Now, as we go to the weekend, troughing is going to begin to set up along the Pacific Northwest coast. But downstream from that, that's going to cause a ridge here over the southwest to amplify across New Mexico and northern Mexico. And so as a result, the upper heights are going to increase just a little bit more. Highs 107 to 111 here in Phoenix on Saturday. Again, mostly sunny sky. Now we might see a few high clouds, maybe some afternoon clouds in here. That might be the only clouds we see in this forecast period, quite candidly, as more of a southwesterly flow. We could see just a few clouds drifting up here from the south, but that's going to be about it. Let's go to Sunday. And this, one of these 2 days, Sunday or Monday, may well be the hottest day of the forecast period. We're going with 110 to 114 for Sunday. All right, Monday, 111 to 115. The record high in Phoenix on Monday is 115. And so if we make it there, we'll tie. I don't think we're going to break it yet, but it's going to be close. Either way, look, 114, 115, 113. It's hot. You know, we're just splitting hairs at this point, but yeah, nothing good comes of that, I guess, right? So let's keep going. This is Tuesday, and we're still hot, but not quite as much so. A trough is going to cut into the southwestern United States. Yeah, believe it or not. But unfortunately, there's no moisture associated with it. It's not going to advect much in the way of moisture in here. Just some breeziness at times. Temperatures will retreat several degrees, but several degrees still means hot with highs 106 to 110. We might see a further downtrend in temps as we go to a week from today, Wednesday the 18th. Highs probably closer to 103 to 108. But that reprieve may not last too long. Yes, I know. You see there's the GFS painting in a tropical cyclone, maybe a weak one down there well south of the Baja. But that is not going to be heading up our way if it even develops. Now, the GFS has done a pretty good job in the East Pacific, not so much elsewhere with developing tropical systems, but obviously it's something we'll keep an eye on, but no sign of any significant moisture increase here. This is Thursday, the 19th, and that still looks quiet. The GFS has been trying to develop a weak tropical system over the southwest Gulf of Mexico, down there over the Bay of Campeche, moving it up towards South Texas. Obviously, we're going to watch that. The low could certainly develop down there. I don't think it's going to develop into anything notable, although the GFS shows kind of an inverted trough coming in down there, some sort of easterly wave. We'll see. Will it have any implication on our weather? It is just so far out. There is no way to tell right now. This is out 10 days. This is Friday the 20th. And if that's right, high pressure is firmly in control here over the southwest. It's a 594 ridge over western New Mexico. There's an inverted trough over South Texas. The flow aloft is more or less southerly, south-southwesterly here. Really not conducive for bringing moisture in here, but you know, you might say, well, this looks like a pre-monsoonal setup, right? You know, you got the inverted trough over South Texas. The easterly is starting to crank up to our south. Maybe. But right now, with that troughing over the Pacific Northwest coast and along the west coast of Canada, you know, if that continues to intensify, that would further displace or elongate that ridge in an unfavorable southwest to northeasterly configuration. And therefore, the monsoon flow wouldn't be set up. It would be that unfavorable, dry southwesterly flow and a fairly laminar flow at that. So no sign of any monsoon shenanigans just yet. Could this change? Absolutely. We're talking about 10 days out. I guarantee you this run will look different, even in the 18Z run, and certainly by the time we talk about it tomorrow. All right, let's look at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 25th of the month. This is off the GFS ensemble. There's a few members, well, several members that show precipitation, but the ensemble mean way under 1/10 of an inch. Nothing to worry about there. The European ensemble, hold on, let me look at that. That's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Not a thing. So 51 members, 0. A big goose egg for precipitation here. So needless to say, sure doesn't look like we are going to see anything, at least in the next couple of weeks in our part of the state. All right, looking at temperatures off the national blend of models. Sunday, Monday, that's going to be the hottest days of this forecast period. Whether it's 114, 113, 115, doesn't really matter. It is going to be very, very hot. So please, if you've got any outdoor activities, I would suggest doing most of those in the early morning or the late evening hours. If you're in the swimming pool, well, then that's fine, I guess. But try to stay in the shade. Try to keep that sunscreen going. But yeah, it's going to be toasty. Even if it does cool off a little bit later next week, still above average temperatures on every single day if the NBM is to be believed here. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, suggestions. And if you really like what we do here, you want to support the channel, then be sure to click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube, make a monetary contribution to us, or even better than that, you can donate to us via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Also, our Venmo is linked up down there too. So yeah, lots of ways to help us out if you are so inclined. Of course, if you just want to watch these videos, you just want to hang out and take in what we do every day, that's cool too. Every little bit helps. But comments, likes, that's free to do, and that helps us out also. All right, thank you guys. Now, the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Blogs, videos, everything Michelle related. It's all linked up down in the description, and who knows, you might even find some Adriana related materials down there as well. In fact, you absolutely will. Our streaming station available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. What do we do there? We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun, so give that a listen as well. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please, we want you to be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. Watch those children around the swimming pool and have yourselves a terrific, beautiful, and absolutely, well, I hope you stay indoors, really. I mean, it's not a day fit for man nor beast out there, right? But have yourselves a great rest of your Wednesday.